Hey guys, Dr. Anthony Pellegrino once again from Absolute Chiropractic in Seagirt. Just some really interesting stuff that we had come up. We have to talk a lot about different neurological issues, challenges, conditions, whatever you want to call them, especially in kids. And one of the ones that's been coming up a lot recently has been Tourette syndrome. We talk a lot about how dating all the way back to when we're born, when you're born, when I'm born, when kiddos are born, there can be a lot of stress that's put on the upper neck area, and basically what that causes is the bombardment of what's called proprioceptive or postural information from the neck, from the spine, up to the brain. Okay, now when that happens, it basically causes an overload of information, okay, going to the brain, specifically the area called the frontal cortex. I'm not going to send you guys a quiz, so you guys don't need to know that. But essentially what this causes is a discharge, impulses. It can result in things like symptoms of ADHD all the time. And we've talked a lot about on here things like ADHD, where a lot of times when we're able to put proper information going up to the brain, kiddos are able to perform better in school, have better energy, even come off some of those medications. Even symptoms of autism we see them improved, where, you know, obviously it's not a cure for anything particular, but if we can get that kiddo to just be able to adapt to stress a little bit better, that makes huge changes. One thing that's been coming up a lot recently is Tourette syndrome, like I said. Now, in our office specifically, in Absolute Chiropractic in Seagirt, one of the things that we do is we do a different research-based newsletter handout type thing in the office every day. Every day it's something different. And the one that we have today is this thing right here, and it's called Tourette's, Tics, and Chiropractic. And it actually reviews back in 2013, in the spring of 2013, an article that was published in the Journal of Pediatric, Maternal, and Family Health that detailed a case study of a 14-year-old boy who had motor tics coming from Tourette syndrome. Now, a lot of the times, you know, Tourette syndrome is just displayed in the media as an adult or someone who will just start yelling curse words out of nowhere, and that's not what Tourette's is. It's a non-descriptive. It's just a tic, just an impulse that happens, an uncontrolled impulse. Specifically, it affects 5 out of every 10,000 people worldwide. The origin is unknown. There are certain factors that increase the likelihood, which is OCD, other neurological conditions, and a genetic predisposition, but it's just this overall impulse. Now, the case study that we're looking at actually described the care of a 14-year-old boy who was having about 1,000 uncontrolled motor tics a day. 1,000 uncontrolled motor tics a day. That's a lot. That's going to affect someone's life significantly. Now, through neurologically-based chiropractic care, simply based around correcting misalignment to the spine, they were causing interference, irritation to the nerve system, basically causing an overall disconnection between the brain and the body. Through getting that improved, getting that connected, so this body is be able to adapt to the environment, they found that this kid went from having 1,000 motor tics a day to 35. 14 years old over the course of 6 months. Now, I believe that that's amazing. Now, chiropractic is not a treatment for ADHD or autism or Tourette's. It's not a treatment for any symptom in particular. The entirety of what it's based on is saying, let's make sure that the proper input is going to and from the brain so the body can better be able to regulate itself, to adapt to the environment, to overall live at their optimal potential. Now, it just so happened that this kiddo's optimal potential over the course of 6 months meant that he didn't need to live, he didn't need to suffer and live his life having 1,000 motor tics a day. It's down to 35. And that was just over 6 months, so imagine what the next 6 months is going to hold. I'm Dr. Anthony Pellegrino. I'm from Absolute Chiropractic in Seagirt, New Jersey. If you or a family member or anyone suffers with any sort of neurological issue, condition, challenge, like I said, whatever you want to call it, whether it's ADHD, autism, Tourette's, whatever it is, let's make sure that they get checked. We get them checked for nerve interference. They could be stemming all the way back to the birthing process. Make sure that we get that corrected. Not to say that whatever they have going is definitely going to disappear because it's not a cure, but just to say, what do we have to do to make sure that they're going to live their life at 100% of their potential? I believe that you deserve it. I believe that they deserve it. And I believe that our beautiful, amazing community deserves it. Dr. Anthony Pellegrino from Absolute Chiropractic in Seagirt. We continue to look forward to serving our community at 100% of our best. Thank you guys so much.